If you're looking for the best ride cymbals, here's a list you must see. We made this list based on our personal preference and sorted it based on their features, prices, quality, durability, and reputation of the manufacturers and customer feedback. Also, we've included options for every type of customer. So let's get started. At the first position of our list, we have Sabian 20 SBr Ride Cymbal. Sabian is currently one of the most demanded manufacturers of cymbals, drum kits, and other accessories for drumming. The brand was established by Robert Zildjian, who decided to create a rival company to Aveti Zildjian. He inherited one of the original Zildjian factories where Sabian cymbals production had started in 1981. To my mind, the younger brother, Robert, makes great metal. The SBr 2012 cymbal proves this. This affordable ride has become a standard for beginners and many professional players due to its versatility and excellent sound. The thicker 20 plate has a bit longer sustain than similar Zildjian models and probably the longest amongst brass models. This cymbal has a highly controllable dynamic response so that you can easily apply the needed amount of power and achieve tight sound and make powerful bright accents. Despite the relatively low price, the design of the cymbal copies pro-level models, which makes these rides suitable for both practice and recording. If you're a beginner, you can take the entire cymbal set from the SBr series for your practice, and I promise you won't regret it. They're available in all popular sizes. Similar to other trusted brands, Sabian makes perfectly balanced kits. Moving on to the next at number 2 with Zildjian Planet Z Ride Cymbal. Zildjian is the oldest manufacturer of cymbals and drumsticks in the world. The initial company was created back in 1618 by Aveti Zildjian I, who was an Armenian alchemist and metalsmith in Constantinople. In the early 1900s, Aveti Zildjian Roman III has moved the entire company to the USA and established the Aveti Zildjian Company in 1929. Since then, the brand has become the largest cymbal manufacturer of all time, and it remains on the top. Vic Firth and Balder Mallet brands are produced by Zildjian as well. The Planet Z brass cymbal is the biggest rival to the Sabian's entry-level model. It also offers clear and focused sound production due to a high-quality brass alloy and hammering. It's also a model with some of the best sustain characteristics, and it sounds a bit wetter than the Sabian's analog. At the same time, it sounds a bit darker than previous versions, which adds more focus to the sound. It's actually the #1 rated ride cymbal on Amazon, but I didn't choose it as the first one as I like Sabian's sound a bit more. That's up to you to decide anyway. You can test both before purchasing it at a local rehearsal base to have at least a small impression. However, both models are perfect for beginner practice, and don't ask for too much cash. The number 3 position is held by Zildjian 20K Custom Dark Ride. Looking for a professional solution by the best cymbal brand, Zildjian Custom Dark Ride might be the one. When I first tried this one at my friend's studio, I was so satisfied that I bought one for my own setup later. Actually, all Custom Dark Ride cymbals are unique as they feature pretty chaotic, handmade hammering. Of course, it has a certain pattern, but it's not as obvious as cheaper models have. As you've already assumed from the title, this model offers dark sound characteristics. What I can add is that it grants you warm undertones and a rather dry stick sound. I also like the trashy crash sound that makes it a perfect cymbal for exquisite accents. I bought it for my funk lessons and then applied it to funk gigs with one of my former bands. I really enjoyed how it matches the funk style. So I also suppose it will sound great if you're a jazz or blues drummer. Hundreds of comments on Amazon and drummer forums support my theory. Next at number 4, we have Meinl 18 Big Bell Ride Cymbal. Meinl is one of the most popular brands on the market. It has been competing with Zildjian, Sabian, and Paiste since 1951. Roland Meinl, the founder of the brand, handcrafted the first models of cymbals, and in the 60s, his designs became quite popular in the US. It's the only company that produces cymbals of 4 different bronze alloys. Meinl is also one of the most popular brands amongst metal drummers. The 18 Big Bell Ride is currently the best model for metal that I know. It's made to accept all your heavy, aggressive hits without any problems. It sounds pretty precise, even if you crash a plate hardly while entering Valhalla on the next gig. I found out that it sounds similarly well when you play those groovy stoner metal patterns as well as speedy power metal parts in the early Lars Ulrich style. He uses signature Zildjians, though This model has one of the largest bells you can find, and it really adds volume and projection to your sound. In fact, the sound is bright enough to play along with a loud band during the rehearsal without drum mics. Finally, they have such a good premium finish that I thought they would cost me around $300. Fortunately, they're available below $200 almost everywhere. The number 5 position is held by Meinl Cymbals 20 Heavy Ride. Meinl has also made their universal beginner-friendly ride cymbal and an entire cymbal kit that is highly competitive. It will cost you some $30, $40 more than Sabian and Zildjian beginner cymbals, but the extreme German precision is probably worth it. The item is made of Meinl's unique baked bronze alloy that combines brightness and clearness with excellent articulation. I like the most because it's very easy to produce even sound from this one, even if you're a total rookie. There are no complex tones that you have to unravel and understand. It's just clear and straightforward so that you can practice any genre without trouble. You can choose between heavy 22 and semi-heavy 1820 rides, and you will get high precision and high clarity in both cases. The larger one will also be a bit darker, which is preferable for jazz and blues practice. The number 6 position is dominated by Paiste 18 inches 2002 Giga bell ride cymbal. You probably know Paiste as a Swiss brand, and it really is. However, it all started in 1906 in St. Petersburg, Russia. During wars and revolutions, Thomas Paiste has changed many locations. Finally, he stopped in Switzerland and established a company that remains one of the industry leaders and, unlike Zildjian, a strong family unit. 2002 Giga bell is a stylish black ride that would look posh at any rock or metal drum kit. Similar to legendary old cymbals, this one is made in Switzerland and has a bright, brilliantly articulated sound. It's both capable with moderate classic rock style, fast-paced heavy metal strikes, and complex rhythms of modern contemporary rock bands. It's actually the best ride cymbal for rock that I've ever had. On the other hand, it's pretty expensive and may look too extraordinary for a beginner. But if you're an intermediate with an urge to experiment, or a pro looking for a universal rock ride, you're going to like it. Moving on to the next, number 7 with Paiste 20 inches PSD7 ride cymbal. PSD7 is an outstanding small bell ride cymbal that most of my friends use to play some smooth jazz. It's made of a proprietary Acoustic bronze alloy that sounds really well under the sticks of people who know how to treat it. At the same time, this model isn't too complex for beginners and costs less than professional solutions, below $150. Using this one, you can achieve a clear washing sound as well as a strong bell response. You have an option to take a 20 light model or opt for a thicker and heavier 22 one to achieve a slightly darker sound. The number 8 position is held by Meinl Cymbals Byzance 21 Extra Dry Transition Ride. Meinl is another company that has a proven track record of consistently making great sounding, high-quality cymbals. Not only that, but they also spend a lot of time creating new sounds and pushing the boundaries of what a cymbal can do. The Byzance Transition Ride was developed in conjunction with renowned drummer/educator Mike Johnston. It gets its name for its ability to transition between a typical ride sound to a crash sound seamlessly, making it an incredibly versatile and expressive cymbal. The way it manages this duality of sound is by having a heavily laid, brilliant underside accompanied by a dark, earthy and laid topside. The bright underside gives the cymbal its crashy shimmer, whilst the unfinished top dries up the overall sound, controlling the wash and allowing for more precise stick definition. This cymbal is a dark, slightly trashy, crashable beauty, and is perfect for pretty much any jazz situation. Whether you're driving a huge big band or playing with a trio in a small club, it will deliver. Next at number 9, we have Meinl 20 Ride Cymbal. Surprise, surprise, another Meinl on the list. Compared to the Transition Ride above, the HCS series of cymbals is aimed at the entry-level market, providing expressive and usable cymbal sounds for drummers on a budget. Looking for good sounding, cheap cymbals can be a challenging process, especially if you play jazz, which requires darker, more complex sounds. However, the HCS Ride manages pretty well to be a versatile and usable cymbal in the jazz realm. It's brighter than other jazz-oriented cymbals, however, it's on the thinner side, which means it opens up a little quicker than other cymbals in the same price bracket. If you're a jazz drummer, or any drummer for that matter, and looking for your first ride or an upgrade from your kit's stock cymbals, then the Meinl HCS Ride is an excellent choice. Finally, the number 10 position is dominated by Dream Vintage Bliss 22-inch Crash/Ride cymbal. Dream cymbals are relative newcomers to the cymbal game. However, they've been consistently coming out with fantastic, expressive hand-hammered cymbals at pretty great prices. The Bliss series has its focus on complex, dark, and slightly trashy sounding cymbals that are excellent for jazz settings. This vintage Crash/Ride has a very broad and slightly less defined stick definition than similar cymbals, accompanied by a very dark and rich sounding wash. Its larger 22 size gives it a lovely forgiving buttery feel and is at home as a crash or ride, making it very versatile. Not everyone will be a fan of the trashier elements of its sound, but you are getting a lot of cymbal for your money, and overall it's a beautifully expressive cymbal. That's all for today. We upload music product review videos every single day, so don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for the upcoming video notification.